Glenville State and Frostburg State in the 2-3 in the acrobatics and tumbling championships here. Semi-final round, and the winner goes on to take on top seed Fairmont State here on their home floor. Alex Wiederspiel alongside Christy Kiefer, and we just finished up a terrific first semifinal between Fairmont State and Kutztown. Kutztown setting a season high, actually, for their season, but their season does come to an end, having lost to a Fairmont State team who expects to be heading on to nationals later on, but hoping to win the conference championship first. They're going to have to go through one of these two teams, Glenville State and Frostburg State, both having really solid seasons, in particularly Glenville State, number 11 right now in the national rankings.
Yes, it's an exciting day, and I think that at the end of the day, after we finish this meet, we will find out who that other team's going to be, and it's a quick turnaround time for them because they're going to meet again tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Quick turnaround time plus individual events coming up tomorrow here. That'll be at noon, and the championship meet at 6. So we'll have two events tomorrow for you as Frostburg State and Glenville State getting ready to get started here in mere moments. And we do have, I believe we're going to meet the players from Glenville State. Let's hear from the Glenville State Pioneers first.
Amelia Underwood, senior, Bridgeport, West Virginia. Carrie Remy, senior, Spencer, West Virginia.
Kinley Stanley, junior, Nashville, Tennessee.
Justin Duckworth, junior, Worthington, West Virginia. Ryan Albert, junior, Fairmont, West Virginia. Trinity Cotanino, freshman, Chesapeake, Virginia. Delaney Rosales, senior, South Elgin, Illinois.
Similar Bonner, sophomore, Ramsey, Minnesota.
Elsa Skinner, freshman, Richmond, West Virginia.
Emma Bothell, freshman, Grand Forks, North Dakota. Sammy Root, freshman, Thornton, California.
Taryn Colvinson, junior, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Julian Hine, sophomore, Clawson, Michigan. Meredith Taylor, sophomore, Fairmont, West Virginia. Sydney West, sophomore, Ramsey, Minnesota.
Aubrey Ward, sophomore, Huntington, West Virginia.
Samantha Bragg, senior, Lincoln County, West Virginia.
Giovanna Filosa, sophomore, Bridgeport, West Virginia. Savannah Duckworth, senior, Worthington, West Virginia.
And of course, Glenville State led by a couple of all-conference players. We'll talk more about that coming up. Let's meet the Frostburg State Bobcats, coming from Frostburg, Maryland, and competing as the 3 seed today.
Callie Miller, graduate student, base tumbler, Frederick, Maryland.
Morgan Bopp, senior, top tumbler, Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
Allie Hunt, sophomore, base tumbler, Kings Park, New York.
Elle Ongren, senior, base top tumbler, Ferndale, Michigan.
Caitlin Green, graduate student, base tumbler, North Wales, Pennsylvania.
Lana Marie Cepeda, senior, top tumbler, East Brunswick, New Jersey.
I'm Bailey Minifield. I'm a sophomore. I'm a top base and tumbler, and I'm from Chandler, Arizona.
I'm Grace Whaley. I'm a sophomore and base and tumbler from Annapolis, Maryland.
My name is Cameron O'Neill. I'm a sophomore at base and tumbler, and I'm from Cumberland, Maryland.
Hi, my name is Delaney Clark. I am a sophomore. I am a base, and I'm from LaVale, Maryland.
Hi, I'm Emily Brooks. I'm a sophomore. I'm a base, and I'm from Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. Madison Oliver, sophomore, base top, Sayreville, New Jersey.
Hi, I'm Joanna Welch. I'm a junior. My position is a top and tumbler, and I'm from Leesburg, Virginia.
Julia Welch, junior, top tumbler, Leesburg, Virginia.
Hi, my name's Lainey Brown. I'm a senior base from Pensacola, Florida.
Abby Shiflett, senior, tumbler, Gainesville, Virginia.
Hi, I'm Alicia Monterey, senior. I'm a base tumbler. I'm from Lowell, Massachusetts.
Hi, I'm Carly Gleason. I'm a sophomore base from Ocean City, New Jersey.
Ashton Evans, senior, base top tumbler, Angola, Indiana.
Caitlin Perry, junior, base from Frederick, Maryland.
Ryan Fisk, sophomore, base and tumbler from Chandler, Arizona. Michaela Ellis, junior, base tumbler, Edgewater, Maryland.
Ella Joseph, freshman, base and tumbler from Frederick, Maryland. Reagan Smith, junior, top from Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Naramas Rodriguez Lugo, freshman, top base tumbler from Frederick, Maryland.
My name is Ani Sabunjian. I'm a freshman. I'm a top and a tumbler, and I'm from Montgomery County, Maryland.
Hi, my name is Fathia Sharif. I'm a sophomore. I'm a base, and I'm from Montgomery County, Maryland.
Frostburg State with 3 selections to the first team. Alicia Mansoray, Callie Miller, and Eleanor Ongren. On the second team, Lana Marie Cepeda from East Brunswick, New Jersey. So of the 4, 2 from in-state, 1 from Michigan, 1 from New Jersey. And then for Glenville, a strong showing as well. Savannah Duckworth, who is a local from around these parts in Fairmont, Kinley Stanley, Sydney West, and Amelia Underwood all making the first team for Glenville State. They're also led by the Coach of the Year, the Athlete of the Year. It's been a heck of a season for Glenville State. And they are the 2 seed coming into this one, taking on the 3 seed Frostburg State. The winner set to take on Fairmont State, the number 1 seed, who advanced by a score of 261.235 to 223.740. We just got to see that one, Christy. Fairmont State, not their high for the season, but as you mentioned, you don't want to peak early.
Oh, exactly. And again, we have a 5-panel officials here, and normally we have 3, so we know scores are going to be a little bit tighter, from that perspective. And again, it's all about timing, right? So got to peak when you need to.
Glenville State, the number 11 team in the nation. And we'll step aside here on Mountain East TV. When we return, we'll have the start of the first event here in Fairmont. Back in a moment.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Attention all car buyers, it's deal time at the all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Come see the team at Cardinal Chevrolet and let us show you what a great deal really looks like. No games, no gimmicks, just great prices on all the Chevys you love. If you want to save a buck on your next car or truck, come see us at Cardinal Chevrolet. Silverados, Equinox, Blazers, all recently reduced and ready for immediate delivery. Our best deals, your best time to buy. The all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Exit 34 off I-64 in Hurricane, West Virginia. Together, let's drive.
State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? to be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
We'll get underway here in moments. Glenville State and Frostburg State. What are your expectations, Christy, coming into this one?
I think we're going to see a very good meet today. As again, you said we have the second and third place teams together, and within our conference, I think that regardless of who goes against who, you're always going to see good competition that day. I think that they're ready to go, they're rested, they have the second meet of the day. Give them a little bit more time, but then again, whoever wins this is going to have a little less time turnaround for tomorrow as well.
When they first met, by the way, Glenville State only won by just under 5. We're going to learn a little bit about the compulsory event now.
The first event is the compulsory event. The compulsory event consists of 4 heats: an acro heat, a pyramid heat, a toss heat, and a tumbling heat. These skills for the compulsory event represent the basic skills of the sport of acrobatics and tumbling. In this event, each team will execute the same skills for direct comparison. Each heat begins with a starting value of 10, and the officials will be looking for execution, body positions, and stability of structures.
So, as I mentioned, Christy, this was a very tight meet the first time that they met back on March 5th. Less than 5 points separating between these two. I feel like, compared as well to what we just saw on this floor with Fairmont State and Kutztown, 5 points, there's really not much margin for error today for these two.
I agree with you. I think you're going to see that it is going to be a tight meet, and I think we're getting started.
We are, so let's meet the two groups for Frostburg State for the compulsory first heat. Julia Welch, Emily Brooks, Lainey Brown, and Alicia Mansoray, who mentioned was a first-team all-conference this year. Second group is Morgan Bopp, Caitlin Green, and Eleanor Ongren, along with Callie Miller, all 4 seniors. And then Fatia Sharif, is the lone underclassman with that second group.
Yes, they are underway. They look clean so far. It's always nerve-wracking when you first come off at the beginning of the meet.
That first heat, you got to get those butterflies out a little bit.
You sure do.
Was Bopp and Welch at the top, by the way, for those watching.
Yeah, they one of the structures had a little bit of instability, and coming from the top. And again, we have officials that are just focusing on the tops, and we have officials that are just focusing on the bases as well. We have a five-panel judge, 5-panel officials, and so you have 2 of them will be looking at the tops and 2 will be looking at the bottoms.
So now number 11, Glenville State, the Pioneers, led by MEC Coach of the Year, Taylor Broadwater, will send out their first 2 groups for the compulsory acrobatic heat. So Amelia Underwood, Riley Lowther, Delaney Rosales, Sydney West. That's Group 1. Group 2, Kinley Stanley, Alyssa Skinner, Meredith Taylor, Savannah Duckworth, and Jessalyn Duckworth.
Yes, Allison, we're in this compulsory part here. The start value is a 10. It's across the board, it's the same.
Savannah Duckworth, a local, by the way, from Worthington, West Virginia. There are actually a couple of Marion County athletes on this side for Glenville State. First thoughts there, Christy.
Yes, they're looking very strong as well. One of the bases had a little bit of stability issues, and same with the top. Again, these are just minor scores, minor deductions you're going to see within those scores. You are comparing apples to apples. Each team is doing exactly the same thing with the same start value. So we really can do a good comparison, between the two teams during the compulsory event.
Yeah, the start value for both. In fact, all 4 heats here, the start value will be 10. So the value for the entirety of the event is 40 for both schools.
Correct. Kind of see where you're coming out at the gate.
So while we get set for, they're going to finish their tallying over at the officials table. Frostburg State, 2 groups here. Morgan Bopp, Callie Miller, Caitlin Green, Eleanor Ongren, Ryan Fisk, and Madison Oliver. And that's going to be the first group. The second group, Anissa Bungian, Alicia Mansoure, Ella Joseph, Nairamis Rodriguez Lugo, Caitlin Perry, Lainey Brown, and Fatia Sharif.
Again, what you're watching at this moment is the compulsory pyramid. See, the structure's a little higher than the acro.
And that's the sophomore Oliver on the left side on top of Miller. And she flips down. Looked pretty strong.
It did, very solid.
So Glenville now. And again, starting value of 10. Group 1 will feature Amelia Underwood, Kinley Stanley, Sydney O'Connor, Taryn Colfinson, Meredith Taylor, and Savannah Duckworth. Group 2 will feature Carrie Remy, Riley Lowther, Delaney Rosales, Alyssa Skinner, Sydney West, Aubrey Ward, and Jessalyn Duckworth. Alyssa Skinner, by the way, another local, just a freshman, but coming over from Buchanan Upshur High School in Buchanan, West Virginia. So again, strong North Central West Virginia flavor to this Glenville State side.
Very solid performance.
You can see the replay here. For the most part, looked fairly synchronized.
Yes, it did. You can see the counter in the center, and that's what they're going by to work on that synchronization. you see some big smiles come out when they finish.
That'll bring us to the toss. So as Frostburg State gets set to come out, Rodriguez, Lugo, O'Neill, Clark, Mansoray, and Brooks. That's Group 1. Group 2 is Bop, Fisk, Green, Caitlin Perry, Callie Miller, and Sharif. You're, of course, hearing a lot of familiar names. These roster sizes are not massive, so a lot of the athletes today are going to be performing in multiple heats.
Yes, Alex, just see on some events you do have some crossover rules that they can't cross over from one heat to another. And so there you see a little more of a mixture of a few that will switch in and out. But overall, you do have many athletes are just strong in multiple areas. So they're going to be, coaches are playing to their strengths, and they're going to look at how they can strategically place them in the best position which is suited for the team and that event.
Frostburg State led by Katie Amador in her 5th season, a graduate of Alderson Broadus, former Mountain East Conference school that has since been defunct. And now let's take a look at the Glenville side in the toss. This is our first event, 3rd heat. Underwood, Remy, Stanley, O'Connor, and West, who we've seen multiple times already. And Riley Lowther, Aubrey Ward, Colfinson, Taylor, Savannah Duckworth, and Jillian Hine.
When we go with the toss, it's quick. Once it's out there, it doesn't take long for it to finish. Again, officials are looking at the height, the body position, the technique of the skill. Officials are also looking at the bases, making sure they don't move, looking at their extension on the tosses.
That brings us into tumbling. So Frostburg State, Ani Sabanjian, Bailey Minifield, Ramis Rodriguez Lugo, Cameron O'Neill, Abby Shiflett, Caitlin Green, Ellie Ongren, and Morgan Bopp. This is a very senior-heavy group, though Sabunjian is a freshman and Minifield and O'Neill are sophomores, but a lot of veteran experience out there now for Frostburg State.
Overall, I think we saw a good, solid performance in the tumbling. We do have a tendency to see scores a little bit on the lower end during this, because you have to remember that officials are looking at not only technique but also synchronization. And as we see that you have 8 different athletes on the mat, it's hard to keep 8 exactly together, right? So that's where those little tenths of a point come up with deductions.
So that will do it for Frostburg State in the first event of 6 here. Glenville State will now feature Amelia Underwood, Kinley Stanley, Trinity Coltolino, a freshman by the way, Sydney O'Connor, Samantha Root, Meredith Taylor, Sydney West, and Savannah Duckworth. So 5 underclassmen in this group, including 2 freshmen, Coltolino and Root.
And again, I think many times we look at the year where they are in school, depending upon the depth of our team, and are they tumblers or are they not tumblers? And so sometimes we rely on the freshmen for new people, and sometimes we have to rely on the older ones, the ones that have been there for a while. Officials are looking for steps. Feet together, legs together. Also, too, when they do their layouts, height and layouts. And of course, all that has to be synchronized.
All right, so there you go. First event is officially in the books.
Yes, we'll wait here for a minute, and we'll receive our scores from the officials, and then we'll know how everyone stands at this point.
So we'll take a break, get a better idea of where things stand when we return. Still 5 events to go, and of course we'll have a halftime segment as well. Let's step aside here on MEC TV. Scores from event number 1 when we get back in a moment.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
The second event is the acro event. This marks the beginning of the optional portion of the meet. Each team will compete with skills previously chosen with different possible start values. There will be between 2 and 4 athletes in a group on the floor in each of the 3 heats. Heat 1 has 5 elements, Heat 2 has 6 elements, and Heat 3 has 7 elements. The start value is determined by the difficulty and combination of each skill. In addition, each position must be held for 3 seconds. This event demonstrates power, strength, and balance.
While we wait for the scores from event number 1, we'll tell you here about the acrobatics segment. So this will be the first time we'll have starting values below 10. Glenville State for the first heat and the third heat will be at 10. The second heat they're at 9.85. And for Frostburg State, they will go 10 in the first heat, which is the 5 element, and then 9.9 in the 6 element and the 7 element.
Yes, you'll see on the heat number 2, you'll see it's a little bit more difficult for them to score what their start value is because there actually will be 2 structures out there at the same time. And not only do they have to execute their skills, but they also have to do it, be synchronized in the process as well.
For Frostburg State, in that first group, the 5 element will be the freshman Sabunjian, Rodriguez Lugo, and then Ryan Fisk, Caitlin Perry, and Emily Brooks. And sounds like we've got scores coming in.
For the Bobcats, 9.450. For the Pioneers, 9.725. For the Bobcats, 9.50.
Again, when these two met back in early March, the decision was by less than 5 points for Glenville. We'll have the numbers on your screen in a moment. We're hearing them live. You may be hearing them as well. So, doesn't get much closer than that. Half a point apart.
It's going to be neck and neck.
Glenville with the narrowest of leads here, but that'll bring us into our second event. As previously mentioned, Frostburg State will open the first heat. But Christy, that looked like a very strong finish after a shaky start.
Yeah, again, these athletes practice these skills over and over again. And they may do that 99 times without an error, but it doesn't count to that one time when you're out there. And
we also don't know, and I looked like Sabunjian has a wrap on her upper leg. We don't know either how healthy they are at this point in the season.
You're right. I mean, it's been a long season for them, and you noticed today, and also I think in our earlier matchup that there are quite a few athletes out there that are pretty much taped up, and again, they're trying to work it through to the end of the season, and trying to be as healthy as possible.
We saw an athlete for Kutztown needed to be taped up, looked like an ankle injury earlier in that one. So again, it can happen in practice. It can happen here.
You're exactly right, and unfortunately, we hate to see injuries occur, but it's just part of it, I guess.
So Glenville State, Carrie Remy, Taryn Colfinson, Savannah Duckworth, and Emma Bokal, and they're only heading out with 4.
And again, they may have an athlete that interchanges in and out, and they don't have a counter specifically, but that's all they're doing. So, or maybe they just have 3 going.
Yeah, actually, the freshman Bokal is the counter.
Yeah, it does look like it. They have just 3.
Taryn Colfinson getting a very large round of applause. Okay, so they look like they felt pretty good about the results there.
They're very solid. Again, when they hit each element, it has to be held 3 seconds. And that's where you'll see when they hit that handstand, they'll hold 3 seconds. And as they descend down into a straddle, they have to hold that 3 seconds.
Savannah Duckworth and Carrie Ramey, of course, as well.
Yes, you see good body position.
There's, what's funny there is Emma Bokal has a bit of a smile on her face. I think she knew in real time how good that was.
She can feel it as Savannah starts to pike through. She can feel that, and they know if it's on or not.
So that'll bring us to the second heat. This is the 6th element. Frostburg State starting value here is a 9-9. 2 groups, and Julia Welch, Alicia Montserrat, Michaela Ellis, and Eleanor Ongren. That's 2 juniors, 2 seniors. The second group, Morgan Bopp, Callie Miller, Carly Gleason, Caitlin Green. The counter is Sharif. One of the things you mentioned to me before we got on the air today was that, obviously, you bring in a 6'6" offensive lineman, they're going to be pretty strong. But in terms of size to strength ratio, these athletes might actually be some of the strongest on their respective campuses.
I agree. Yes, I think that you could go to any strength and conditioning coach at any of these institutions, and they will probably tell you the same thing. That they're in the weight room, they work hard, and they're not only talented, but they're strong as well.
All right, so let's take a look now for Glenville here. Group 1, Amelia Underwood, Kinley Stanley, Alyssa Skinner, and Sydney West. So 2 underclassmen. In fact, it's 1 freshman, 1 sophomore, 1 junior, 1 senior. And in the second group, Delaney Rosales, Samantha Root, Jillian Hine, and Meredith Taylor. Jesselyn Duckworth is the counter here.
They're getting ready to take the floor.
Get a better idea in a moment. Of course, only 3 heats in this event, so we'll actually have a pretty quick turnaround time to the third event. And the scores in this one, as you're watching at home, note that it basically with so little margin for error that every error is pretty critical here at this point.
Yes, it is. Especially when you're head-to-head and neck-to-neck, because you don't have that leeway.
And you got to find a way to stay loose is the other challenge as well, knowing how close the score is.
Synchronization looked on point.
Wanted to make sure I mentioned this as well. So Glenville, you mentioned about peaking early, right? They actually just had their best score of the season on March 29th in a win over West Liberty. But they've been fairly consistent. So 260 is their highest score, 260.46. Lowest, though, 242.285. That's not a huge margin of difference there. Frostburg, on the other hand, similar, but not quite as high from a ceiling perspective. Highest score, 246.855. That was on March 14th against Presbyterian. Lowest score, 232. That was at the February 27th tri-meet. So I think that's what you like to see. They headed in the right direction.
I think that's one thing that everyone watches is where are they trending? How are they getting there? We want to see them to continue to improve. And again, it's hard because, they're vulnerable. They have injuries and they're sore, and it's a long season.
A long season, and certainly for Glenville State, they are hoping to see if there's any way for it to continue. They are just on the outside looking in, number 11 in the nation. Top 8 will go in the first year it's NCAA sanctioned as a championship. Frostburg State for the 7 element. This is our third heat. Ani Sabungian, Alicia Montserrat, Bailey Minifield, Madison Oliver, Delaney Clark. And I always keep pointing this out because, of course, fairly impressive year Frostburg State has had, and they're doing it 4 out of 5 underclassmen in this event.
Okay, as we look at Frostburg, they do have a 9.9, as you said earlier, start value. So if they end up scoring a 9.9, that would be perfect for them.
Sabungian drawing a huge round of applause there, by the way.
Yes, that's a very difficult skill to do. And again, we're looking at those elements. You have to meet all of those elements. So that's why sometimes maybe you'll see at the end where they did a toss to hands and then they dismounted. They didn't do anything off of it because they've met their elements. They don't need to.
So we have reached the final heat of event number 2. And Glenville, again, only coming out with 3 for the 7 element. This will be Amelia Underwood, Riley Lowther, and Sydney West. And it looks like for Lowther, this is her first trip to the floor of this event. Sydney West was out for the second heat, and Amelia Underwood was out for the second as well. They were part of the same group.
And again, as we said, there is a crossover, that they can cross over from one to another. They cannot cross over in all 3 events.
Be very curious to see what these scores look like. Frostburg State had some real highs during that second event. They had one, I would say, significant error at the start of the event, but otherwise seemed to rally back. Get a better idea, of course, what those scores will look like in about 5 minutes. Maybe less than that. It'll depend on how quickly. Right now, that's part of, as you instructed me, that's part of the delay right now. They are going over kind of line by line at the officials table right now, what that last heat essentially looked like.
Yes, and that's why we have that little bit of a break in between heat to heat.
A pretty firm and strict audit going on. But for Glenville State, in mere moments, they will get the opportunity. It sounds like they are ready. Sydney O'Connor will be the counter here. The 2 Sydneys, by the way, West and O'Connor, both hailing from Ramsey, Minnesota, went to the same high school.
Must have come in a package deal. What do you think?
I would say that's a good question for Taylor Broadwater when we get a chance to talk to her at halftime.
Great.
So that'll do it for the second event, and we'll step aside here momentarily. And when we return, we'll get a better idea of what the scores look like. After the first event, Glenville led by half a point. I don't think we're going to have an idea of who's going to win this one until all 6 events are done, and who will move on into the championship. That we'll find out as this develops. Alex Wiederspiel and Christy Kiefer here with you. We'll step aside on MEC TV.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Attention all car buyers, it's deal time at the all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Come see the team at Cardinal Chevrolet and let us show you what a great deal really looks like. No games, no gimmicks, just great prices on all the Chevys you love. If you want to save a buck on your next car or truck, come see us at Cardinal Chevrolet. Silverados, Equinox, Blazers, all recently reduced and ready for immediate delivery. Our best deals, your best time to buy. The all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Exit 34 of I-64 in Hurricane, West Virginia. Together, let's drive.
Fairmont State University is a great place, A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
Heat 1 must be an inversion, Heat 2 must be synchronized, and Heat 3 is an open heat. Two key things the officials will be looking out for are the position of the top and the stability of the structure.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
There was an adjustment to one of the compulsory scores. So Glenville State is now up by .200. 0.2 after the first event. The second event scores are in. Glenville State takes the second event by a little more than 1.2. Looks like 1.225. So they extend their lead very, very subtly. That's a very, very strong event for Glenville State. And that'll bring us to our third event, the Pyramid. And both of these schools will have starting values of 10 for all 3 heats.
Yes, that's the highest start value you can have.
So for Frostburg State here, this is a big group out there. And Sabungian at the top.
Then inversion, hand in hand. That's a difficult pyramid to hit solid without having any movement.
Yeah, that was Montserrat in the middle. How important is height in this as an element in this one?
Well, again, that depends on how strong your athletes can hold a handstand. The shorter your mid layer, then the less height you have to toss to the top, right?
So Glenville will bring out a slightly smaller group here, and I don't mean height-wise. I mean in terms of
number,
quantity of players, quantity of athletes out here. Just 8. The counter is going to be Samantha Bragg, though. Savannah Duckworth. It's one of the best in all of the Mountain East Conference that you're seeing.
And it's nice to see these teams each year. It's like they're upping their game with their level of difficulty, especially when we look like at pyramids. We're seeing a lot of, hand in hands, and same thing even with acro that we haven't seen in the past few years. And again, it's just recruiting those athletes that have those prerequisite skills that they can train to execute these new pyramids for them.
All right, so there are 3 heats to the pyramid. The second heat is next. Again, reminder, All starting values are 10 for both schools in all 3 heats. And again, this is a large group, so we're not going to go over every single one of these athletes. Sharif is going to be the counter for Frostburg State here.
So in addition to the officials looking at each of the 2 structures, they also have to look at the synchronization between the 2 as well. When they come down to the floor to dismount, you can tell if they are together or not. If they hit right at the same time, then you know, okay, that synchronization on the dismount was pretty good.
You can hear it, really,
yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
That was Welch and Bop, by the way, at the top there. Callie Miller and Ryan Fisk in the middle there. Number 10 and number 4 in the 2 structures. Glenville State going to send out, again, a slightly smaller group. Jesselyn Duckworth is going to count, and it'll be almost identical to the first group. Underwood, but with Kinley Stanley. No, excuse me. Stanley was out there as well. Aubrey Ward was not out there for the first heat.
With a start line of 10.0, here are the pioneers of Glenville State University.
And Sydney West. So Ward and West come in for this heat for Glenville.
You can see that they really did the same pyramid.
All right, so one more heat to go here.
Yes, and then we will be at halftime.
I know, fast-moving first half here.
Yes, it has been.
And part of that, of course, is not a ton of errors to score. And both these sides, again, neck and neck right now. So for the third heat, very senior-laden group for Frostburg and a much smaller group. This will be Morgan Bopp, Callie Miller, Eleanor Ongren, Alicia Mansoure, Ryan Fisk, who is the only non-senior, and Caitlin Green.
And you can see how quickly when they move from one heat to the next, how quickly the scores go, so you know that's a pretty high score.
It was fewer than 5 points was the decision when they first met. Right now it is 1.4. So if that gives you an idea of what we're talking about in terms of what mistakes will mean. We've talked about it a lot today, the strength necessary in the weight room. How many times a week do you think they're in the weight room specifically working on legs and core to do this?
Well, I'm not in there with them, but depending upon, the time and, with the strength and conditioning coach that they have, and do they have someone that's external, or is it someone on their staff within their program? I'm sure they're in there at least a minimum of 3 times a week.
I would have to guess.
A minimum.
That might be a good question for the coaches. I'd love to know what the training regiment is like. Again, the challenge here has been the stability, and the stability has been pretty impressive in this event so far.
Yes, it has.
For Glenville, this is Underwood, Lowther, Rosales, Colfinson, and West. Ramey is counting. West is at the top, Rosales in the middle.
Good. Very good.
That will do it for the third event, and that brings us to halftime. And of course, we'll have to take a minute or two to find out the scores. But as noted, this has been not a huge amount of time in between the two sides going, so there haven't been a lot of errors scored.
No, I agree. I think that they've both have been executing well. And just watching them, I think that the coaches seem to be very happy as well. We just have to watch their reactions, and you can tell that they're pleased with what they see.
Yeah, that's a good observation. That will take us to our halftime break, but we are going to talk with Taylor Broadwater, head coach of Glenville State, in just a moment. We'll also get a chance, I believe, to chat with Katie Amador, the head coach of Frostburg State. All coming up. I think actually, hold on, we're not going to break. All right, so we've actually got Coach Broadwater with us right now. Well, hold on. We'll how about that? This is what live TV does to you folks. The decisions come in faster than you can process them, and so we do have Taylor Broadwater here with us, head coach for Glenville State. Coach, can you hear me okay? No? I don't think Coach...
Now I can.
Oh, Coach, hey, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us, Coach. And just take us through what you saw in that first half. Obviously, not a lot of room for error right now.
Frostburg's a great team, and I'm proud of what my girls are executing right now on the mat.
Yes, Coach Broadwater, we've had a great time watching this, and we've seen what looks like a very solid performance so far. How do you feel about it? Are you really pleased with everything they've done up to this point?
Yes, I'm very proud of my girls and happy with everything that they're putting on that mat right now. And the goal today was to come out here and execute and have fun, and I think they're doing just that.
One last question for you, Coach. Just settle a debate, less a debate, more a conversation. We're curious, what level of strength training goes on in the weight room to be able to do some of the impressive things that you're doing today?
Yeah, honestly, we have a great strength coach, and he works with our girls 4 days a week in the weight room and just working on sport-specific skills and everything that can help them through the meet and getting through this weekend. Okay, we said at least 3, so that feels pretty good about that. Yes. Thanks, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way. Thank you so much.
All right, now we'll go ahead and take our break. Friends, we'll be back right after that. That's Coach Taylor Broadwater from Glenville State. And we'll be back. It's halftime. We do not yet have scores from that third event, but as soon as we do, you'll know it. Back in a moment.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Our mission as educators is to help you grow, explore, and achieve your aspirations. When our seniors graduate, they receive more than just a diploma. They leave Wheeling University with clarity, purpose, and the confidence that they need to succeed throughout their career. Exceptional experiences, exciting opportunities, meaningful guidance, and lifelong friendships. This is the foundation and academic excellence we believe in. That's the Wheeling University difference.
Attention all car buyers, it's deal time at the all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Come see the team at Cardinal Chevrolet and let us show you what a great deal really looks like. No games, no gimmicks, just great prices on all the Chevys you love. If you want to save a buck on your next car or truck, come see us at Cardinal Chevrolet. Silverados, Equinox, Blazers, all recently reduced and ready for immediate delivery. Our best deals, your best time to buy. The all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Exit 34 off I-64 in Hurricane, West Virginia. Together, let's drive.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer country. Come, go wild.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
Glenville State is the number 11 team in the nation right now. They're the number 2 team in the Mountain East Conference Tournament. Welcome back in, everybody. Thank you for being with us. Alex Wiederspiel alongside Christy Kiefer. And the Glenville State Pioneers are probably on the outside looking in, but still a chance to get there. It's going to be a bit of an uphill climb, but a chance. They would certainly have to start by winning this tournament, I imagine, and getting a few other things to break their way. One thing there is no question about is who's going to be at the very top. Everything you've told me about Baylor is that they are just almost robotic in the way that they perform. Just one of the very, very best year in and year out.
Yes, Baylor, along with University of Oregon and Quinnipiac, and with Fairmont State being number 4, are for the 5 schools that actually started this sport, and so they were here from the very beginning, and it's so neat to see how it has transformed from the first meet, the very beginning to now. And as you say, with Baylor, they push the envelope. Every year they come out with something that's different. And, if you haven't had an opportunity to see them, please, you need to do so. Go on social media. And, they do some really strong, amazing skills that I think that would just wow you. We had the opportunity to have the host nationals here in 2025, or 2024, I should say. When we were here, they came in, and I know that everyone that came, just when they saw it in person, they just couldn't believe that the skill level, the athleticism that was on the mat.
We're going to hear in just a couple of minutes from Frostburg State's head coach, and when we get a chance to grab her, they're in the middle of their practice session right now, Katie Amador, and that's the kind of the fun part about this is there's really, even during halftime, they are prepping for what's coming up. Still 3 more very big events, and we're about 3 minutes away from knowing the scores from event number 3. And we have are going to be joined momentarily by Katie Amador. But as we get closer and closer to the scores being revealed, we get a better idea of just how tight this is. But one of the things that I'm hoping to ask Coach Amador, if she can, Coach, can you hear us? Hey, Coach. And wanted to mention, Coach, that the margin for error in this one is incredibly tight. Yes. The first time that you guys met this season, it was under 5 points difference, and it's very, very tight right now. How do you stay loose knowing that there's so much on the line each heat?
I think at the end of the day, you go back to your training, you really focus on, trusting yourselves, trusting your teammates, and just knowing that you put in the work, and at the end of the day, it's going to show whenever you go out on the mat.
Great. Katie, it's just so great to see you again.
Same to you.
And, we've been sitting here watching just the tumbling and everything, and we're looking at the scores, and I'm just been explaining to Alex that, how important it is to recruit, great tumblers.
Yes.
And so could you walk us through a little bit how you go about that?
I think whenever I'm looking for a tumbler that has grit, I'm looking to see, if they do have any mistakes whenever they are competing, kind of how they bounce back from that. It shows a lot about their character, and I'd rather find an athlete that has a lot of character and just overall wants to be better versus talent. You can develop talent at the end of the day, but having somebody that wants to always put in the work and do the hard things at the end of the day, it's kind of rare these days.
Wonderful.
Coach, one final question for you. You had 4 players recognized as all-conference, 3 first team, 1 second team. What does it mean just to have these players or these athletes recognized for their achievements?
Yeah, all of our athletes that did get recognition this year put in a lot on the mat, and they are key players for us. For them to be recognized for that, I think throughout the entire MEC and everybody that did get nominated is awesome because, we're just a small little team, but to be able to have that recognition and for them to be applauded, I guess, at the end of the day, you could say is something that is monumental for them because their entire career is just acro, and they love and they live and breathe this sport. So for them to get that is just an accomplishment for them to kind of end their senior year with as well.
Coach Amador, thank you so much. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
All right, that was Frostburg State head coach Katie Amador, and we are moments away from the start of the second half, which means we are about to hear the scores in a few seconds here. And once those come in, we'll have them for you. So we'll take a break here in Fairmont, come back with the scores from the third event and for the first half in totality. Back in a moment on MEC TV.
Fairmont State University is a great place. A cozy campus surrounded by nature and outdoor adventure. An authentic school filled with friendly people who are down to earth. People who roll up their sleeves, help each other out, get stuff done, and have fun doing it. That's what makes Fairmont State such a great place. It's a great place to make friends for life and a great place to soar. Learn more at fairmontstate.edu.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you. Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
at the rate we're going, there's no chance we're going to know the winner until the final event. Glenville State narrowly edges Frostburg once again. They now extend their lead to 2.1 so far on the meet, but you can see the numbers there. And Christy, it's just Glenville had a near-perfect third heat, as did Frostburg. Look at that, 9.925 to 9.850.
Yes, we knew that it was going to come out neck and neck, and this whole first half has just really been entertaining.
Very entertaining so far. And again, as I mentioned, so 2.1. And that is actually on pace to be less than the difference between the first time they met. And as noted, where the largest portion of points will come into play will be in the fifth event and the sixth event. Essentially, if you look at the going down, I'm just looking at those numbers now. I mean, more than half of the points available in this event, in this meet, come from those two events alone.
Yes, I think that's where we see things start to separate a little bit, because the start values do change at that point, especially when we get to the tumbling.
So for the fourth event, the toss, it's an aerial event with a base toss, tossing a top into the air. The top performs a flipping or twisting skill. 2 solo toss heats and 1 synchronized toss heat. And of course, a perfect 10 for starting values is possible. And all 3...
Well, nope. Actually, Heat 1 for Frostburg has a 9.4.
You are
value.
correct, yes.
Mm-hmm.
The only perfect start value of 10 is this first one for Glenville. So we'll get to that in just a moment. That for Frostburg right there, though. Sabungian, Carly Gleason, Callie Miller, Caitlin Green, Ryan Fisk, and Ongren was the counter there. So their start value was a 9.4, which Glenville's will be a 10 here.
It's very difficult to get to a 10.0 start value in a toss.
And for Glenville, so they'll send out for this first heat Amelia Underwood and Carrie Ramey, along with Kinley Stanley, Sydney O'Connor, and Savannah Duckworth. And the younger Duckworth, Jessalyn, is counting here. Boy, Glenville really does seem pretty locked in and focused today.
Yes, they are.
Just going by their starting values, I mean, they've been really close to perfect in all 3. Now, as you noted, a lot of opportunity to lose points in those 5th and 6th events, particularly that 6th event. I haven't looked at the start values yet. Yeah, they're almost identical, so it's basically about a point apart for the starting values of that 6th event. And as you noted in our previous match, very tough to get over 90, but they're both starting with values above 99. So keep an eye on that. And again, as tight as this one is, this second event second heat for Frostburg will feature 2 groups. Julia Welch, Alicia Monserrat, Cameron O'Neill, Delaney Clark, and Emily Brooks. And then Sabungian, Fisk, Green, Miller, and Gleason in the second group, with Sharif counting. How tight did that look?
Synchronization looked good. We'll see the replay. Of course, we had an advantage to that where the officials don't.
That's right.
Again, officials are looking for height and amplitude, body position, high catches.
Honestly, look just as good on replay. So Glenville State will bring out their two groups for the second heat. Amelia Underwood, Carrie Ramey, Kinley Stanley, Sydney O'Connor and Savannah Duckworth, Riley Lowther, Aubrey Ward, Taryn Colfinson, Meredith Taylor, and Sydney West. It's a young group, a lot of sophomores out there, and then Jillian Hine will count.
I think you'll find they're going to do the same toss. They have the same start value as Frostburg, and I bet they do the same toss as well. Sometimes you watch some of the teams, but this point in the meet, they start to lose a little bit of their energy, but we're sitting right by the Glenville State Pioneers, and they are just so excited, and you can tell they're really pumped.
I think they know there's a real opportunity, but they've got to perform at their best right now for sure. This is when, for them, they want to peak, because there's no guarantee of a tomorrow for them. And if they get to tomorrow, there's no guarantee of a tomorrow after that. As Frostburg State will send out their final group. This third heat will feature Julia Welch, Cameron O'Neill, Delaney Clark, Emily Brooks, and Alicia Monserrat. That's Madison Oliver on the count.
With her start value of a 9.9, she did a layout salto 720.
And that is their highest start value, and actually higher than Glenville's 9.4. So the expectation for Frostburg here is that they're expecting to at least win this heat. And they've got to find a way to start making up some points. Granted, they're not in any danger in this tight of a match of falling out of it, but obviously knowing that you're trying to make up points right now, that's the goal.
Again, you can only control yourself, so they just have to go out and execute what they do very well.
Riley Lowther, Aubrey Ward, Taryn Colfinson, Meredith Taylor, and Sydney West make up this final group. Delaney Rosales, the senior, is counting. Boy, the scores are going to be really interesting on this fourth event. We're going to know here in a moment. You'll see the replay here. Glenville looks very collected right now, Christy.
They do.
All right, that'll take us to our next time out. Fifth event is coming up. That'll be a significant one on the scoreboard, tumbling. That's next. And we'll get the scores to that fourth event coming back here in a moment on the Mountain East Sports Network, MEC TV.
Our mission as educators is to help you grow, explore, and achieve your aspirations. When our seniors graduate, they receive more than just a diploma. They leave Wheeling University with clarity, purpose, and the confidence that they need to succeed throughout their career. Exceptional experiences, exciting opportunities, meaningful guidance, and lifelong friendships. This is the foundation and academic excellence we believe in. That's the Wheeling University difference.
Tomorrow's innovators, teachers, caregivers, researchers, leaders, and creators all have one thing in common. They started out just like you. At West Liberty University, you are the focus. This is a place where you will gain the skills, knowledge, and confidence to change your life and the world around you. It all starts here, with you. Visit westliberty.edu to start your journey. It's all here at West Liberty University.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
The fifth event is the tumbling event. This event has 6 heats. The first 3 are synchronized group tumbling passes, a duo, trio, and quad tumbling pass. The last 3 are individual tumbling passes. The start value of each heat are determined by the difficulty and combination of skills in each heat. Officials will be looking for body position, continuity of skills, and technique in each skill.
All right, the scores are in, and again, extremely narrow, and Frostburg State did indeed win the third heat. They fall behind, though, in that one. Glenville State wins it by 1.625. No, I'm sorry, 0.625. So a narrow victory for Glenville State there. So that only expands the lead just a little bit here after the fourth event. But now a lot of points up for grabs here. And as you mentioned to me off the air, this is where, if you're Frostburg here, your goal, you don't want to make any mistakes, and you're hoping Glenville might make 1 or 2.
Yes, again, it comes down to start values and execution.
So for the duo there, the tumbling duo for Frostburg of Naramis Rodriguez-Lugo and Bailey Minifield, the starting value was 835. For Glenville, Trinity Coltolino and Savannah Duckworth, a starting value of 955. This is one of 4 heats where the starting value is higher on the Glenville side. Well, if there was a mistake there, I didn't catch it, Christy.
Well, we didn't catch it, but we'll just wait and see what the officials say, right?
The officials, yeah, that's up to them. But the reaction, from what we can tell from the Glenville side, the reaction from the coaches, and the reaction from the athletes themselves, I think they look pretty pleased with that. And the replay, I think, does them justice.
Yes, their synchronization looks good. I'm sure that the officials will see a few technical errors. And again, like we said, we always see technical errors, don't we? Nothing comes out perfect. Very seldom, especially in tumbling.
This is the trio. For Frostburg State, Ryan Fisk, Julia Welch, and Grace Whaley here. Fisk is in the middle. Welch is on the right. Whaley is on the left. Starting value here is 875. Amador looked pretty pleased.
And it's interesting to watch the different selections that they have, because some of them, they change throughout the season, and some of them upgrade. Sometimes maybe they have an injury and they have to accommodate that and find something that will work. Get the highest start value that you can get with the athletes that you have there available.
So for Glenville now, Kinley Stanley, Sydney O'Connor, Sydney West, also a starting value of 875. Stanley is in the middle. O'Connor is on the left. West is on the right. The next one, the quad, also with similar, they're both starting values are going to be an 8 there. What do you think about Glenville's heat that time?
They, very nice. They had synchronization looked good. Landings looked pretty solid.
As noted multiple times here, not really much room for error. Lead is fewer than 3 points at the moment. The quad is next for tumbling. Ashton Evans, Abby Shiflett, Caitlin Green, Eleanor Ongren. All seniors for this one for Frostburg. And there's a little less room on the mat now with 4 of them. Evans and Green are in the center. Green center left, or excuse me, Evans center left, Green center right. Ongren is on the far right, Shiflett on the far left.
Synchronization looked good, looked solid. Again, the more athletes you put out there and the more difficult the skills you have, the harder it is to sync them.
So now we switch, and this is where Glenville may be able to create some separation here. So this is the aerial pass, and their start value is a perfect 10, but...
We've got one more quad pass first.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
So for the quad, it'll be Delaney Rosales, Samantha Root, Jillian Hine, and Meredith Taylor. Rosales, go ahead.
No, and they have a start value also at 8.0. So they'll be doing a layout salto with a 360 twist.
I'm allowing the number 4 to get into my head, the quad, but the 4th heat is not the quad.
Right. Got that number 4 going, right?
Yeah. So Rosales is center left right now. Root is to her left, or to her right, but Root is on the far left. Jillian Hine is center right. Meredith Taylor is far right. The lack of room didn't seem to bother them. Now that will bring up the aerial pass.
Yes.
And so this is where I was mentioning before, Glenville has a chance to create some separation here. Their start value was a 10. So obviously for Frostburg, they need this, with a start value of 925, they need this to be about perfect.
That is correct. This is where we see a lot of separation that does take place. And again, you've got to look at those start values and see what their ability level is and see if they can execute.
Nairamis Rodriguez Lugo will do the aerial pass for the Bobcats. Good reaction from the team. Good, even better reaction from Rodriguez Lugo. I think she's thrilled.
When you're doing a 1.5 twist, sometimes you're not really sure where the mat is under you. You feel those feet hit, you know you're there.
So Savannah Duckworth, MEC, Acrobatic and Tumbling Athlete of the Year. Is due up next for Glenville State after they finish dancing a little. Using their downtime very well while we wait for the officials to finish up with their audit. Looks like Duckworth is ready.
He's waiting for the signal.
Now, as you noted to me earlier, they can choose where they want to start from, correct?
That is, as long as it's on that side, their own side of the mat.
What a finish for the Marion County native.
We've got 2 more heats to go in tumbling.
So for Frostburg State, we're going to see Bailey Minifield next, and comes in with a starting value here of 8.6. So again, this is the part of this 5th event where there's some separation in those starting values.
Now in this event, they have to do 6 elements. Very clean.
Minifield, one of 2 athletes for Frostburg State, coming all the way from Chandler, Arizona.
And we have so many different disciplines that our athletes come in from for acrobatics and tumbling. Some are gymnasts, some are cheer, some are divers. We have some that are even women wrestlers. We have all types, track and field. And then you can pretty much see many times where their strengths are and know where they were coming from just by watching maybe the way they tumble, okay? Or if they happen to be a base and they've been in the weight room a lot, they've developed that strength.
You just mentioned women's wrestling as well, one of the fastest growing sports. Also, much like acrobatics and tumbling, just wrapped up their first year in the NCAA.
Yes, and actually, Fairmont State just added women's wrestling recently.
That's right, 20th program for the Falcons here in Fairmont. Glenville will send Sydney West, the sophomore, next. 9.55 is her starting value. Sounds like they're singing happy birthday to Sydney West. Well, might wind up getting a bit of a present as Glenville is leading right now. And right at the end there.
Yes, she went off her line of direction a little bit, and a little deep step. Of course, that'll be a minor deduction, I'm sure, at that point. We just have to look and see where, and again, a prime example, Frostburg started with an 8.6 and looked really pretty clean. And, we noticed that she had a few little deductions there, and she had a 9.55, so we'll have to see where they come in relationship to each other.
So, Ani Sabunjian, the freshman, will do the final heat here. This is the open heat.
And again, for the open heat, that you can do your choice, however many elements you want.
So Frostburg now will hope that they got as close to that 51.55 mark. That's their value for the whole event. Meanwhile, Glenville, this is really where they can create some separation, as mentioned. They have a starting value. This is only one of two spots in this event where they have a heat with a starting value of 10, and it's the freshman Trinity Coltolino about to step up. One thing we do know, and you can see the score on the screen right now, at less than 3 points, the max difference might at most be 8 or 9 when this event is over, and that's, we'll see, but it's very likely that that sixth event is going to decide everything. As the freshman, a little pose at the end there, you love it. So that is it, 5 events in the books. And even if Glenville, whether or not their lead was extended, which I think likely based on the starting values, it probably was. This final event, this team event, this is going to decide who advances.
Well, and again, between the tumbling and the team, yes. We're down to the end, and you can see how important the second half of the meet is. If you can get any type of a lead during the first half, that will help you. But ultimately, it's who crosses the finish line at the end.
Individual championships at 12 tomorrow. And the championship meet at 6 tomorrow right here in Fairmont on MEC TV. We'll have more from this semifinal meet when we get back on the other side of this break on MEC TV.
Attention all car buyers, it's deal time at the all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Come see the team at Cardinal Chevrolet and let us show you what a great deal really looks like. No games, no gimmicks, just great prices on all the Chevys you love. If you want to save a buck on your next car or truck, come see us at Cardinal Chevrolet. Silverados, Equinox, Blazers, all recently reduced and ready for immediate delivery. Our best deals, your best time to buy. The all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Exit 34 of I-64 in Hurricane, West Virginia. Together, let's drive.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
The 6th event is the team event. This event encompasses everything you just watched in the first 5 events. The team event features up to 24 athletes on the floor at one time, performing skills in acro, toss, pyramid, and tumbling in a routine set to music. Key items for officials to evaluate include synchronization of skills, stability of the structures, body position, and technique of the tumbling. This is a very fast-paced event, so be sure to keep your eyes on the mat.
All right, so we have the scores in, and Glenville did do what they needed to do. Frostburg, to their credit, stayed pretty darn close to their starting value, as did Glenville. Pretty tight there, and about 3 points, a little more than 3 points for Glenville. So the lead now up over 6. We'll get to your totals in just a moment. Glenville State leads by 5.7. Oh man, my math. 5.975. And I will tell you the starting values, as I mentioned before, the starting values here for Glenville for this team event, 100.85, Frostburg 99.52. So, Christy, take us through what this next 2 minutes and 45 seconds is going to look like. If you're Frostburg, what do you want to accomplish here?
Well, you've got your start value. You know where your ceiling is. You've got to execute as clean as you can. You've got to really pay attention to the details, the little things, the little steps in between, making sure you stay synced, making sure that your body position is good. And this is really hard because this is the end of the day, end of the meet for them. So they have a lot to really focus on, really test their endurance.
"24 participants for Frostburg State here.
We're starting with the pyramids. And they have to have sync pyramids, and that's what they're knocking them all out here together. Those look good. Following with their tumbling across the front. And we have some sync tumbling, standing sync tumbling. Now we're going to some macro. A couple of balance checks in that.
They have about 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. They're just about halfway through the duration of 2:45.
They finish out their tumbling.
And again, worth noting, we don't have the score on the screen right now, but 5.975 is the difference between these two right now.
Okay, the second sequence of the acro. Good. Looks like we have a couple tosses coming up.
20 seconds to go. The Bobcats will need a score of 78.255 to hit their season high.
The part they wait for, the dance. When you hit the dance, you know that you're right at the end.
All right, Frostburg State has put their best foot forward. This will be a 19 participation group for Glenville, 19 athletes on the floor. So would require Glenville to have a bigger final score here in this event than Fairmont did in their final event, the number 1 seed. But 85.855 would get them to their season high.
Great. It's definitely achievable.
Frostburg would need a little less to get to their season high, but the big note there is, of course, their starting value, 99.52. To pull off a win here, they're probably going to be wanting to score at least in that 85 to 90 range, which, as you noted, it's pretty tough to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Amador laying a big hug on Callie Miller there, one of her seniors. And if that is the last event that they ever do together, you can see the emotion on Coach Amador's face.
All these coaches get so close to their athletes, and you can understand because they literally are with them every single day. And they get to know them better than anyone else, and they develop a sisterhood, and it really takes someone special to coach this sport. Trust me, I know. Been there, done that.
We'll see the Pioneers here in moments. They are set and ready to go, trying to stay loose here. Again, Glenville with a narrow lead here, but a generally mistake-free, or as mistake-free as one can make this last event, should give them a chance to close this out. 5.925. The last time they met was a very narrow margin. It was less than 5 points. Glenville's average score this season has just been a shade under 254. They would need about 80 to hit that. Frostburg's average score, 242.
When you look at the team start values, there's only 1 point, little over 1 point part difference.
I think to the credit of Frostburg State, they've trended in the right direction, as you pointed out, Christy. They have trended in the right direction. I guess the question now is, have they trended enough? Because Glenville, to their credit, has been as consistent as seemingly as they've been all season.
We're about to find out.
That is darn right. 2:45 is on the clock, and we will have an answer for you at the conclusion of this event. Like a third down in, well, I was going to call it Heinz Field. It's not Heinz Field anymore, but that's how we're starting. Acrisure Stadium. They're about to hit the halfway point.
And they just completed their acro sequence. Now some feature tumbling.
Winner of this one heads on to face Fairmont State tomorrow. Now, of course, many of these athletes will be back in action in the individual championships tomorrow at noon.
Yes.
They're down to their final 10 seconds.
And now they can breathe.
The deep, deep exhale with 0.4 seconds on the clock, hugs all around, and we will have an answer here momentarily.
Yeah.
What did you think overall of that?
I think they did a very nice job. They executed their skills well.
This has got to be tough for the 5 officials grading these two, auditing these two team competitions. There's, as you mentioned, a lot of components, a lot of elements to what we're seeing.
Right, but again, you only have certain mats that you're watching. That makes it a little bit easier for them to stay focused on their areas of what they have to look at.
So we'll have an idea momentarily who won this one. Again, the winner moves on to face Fairmont State, the number 4 team in the country. That'll be at 6 tomorrow, right here in the friendly city of Fairmont. Obviously, Glenville came in as a favorite. Glenville came in as a favorite, being the number 11 team in the country, but a strong showing from Frostburg State today. The question is how strong. We'll get an answer to that When we come back, Christy and I will return on the other side of this break, potentially with your final score from this one. Back in a moment on MEC TV.
For over 4 decades, the health plan has been rooted in your community and the state of West Virginia. A steady part of your family and your business. We're here for you with health services designed to manage and improve your well-being. The health plan is powered by a team of dedicated healthcare professionals and trusted local partners. Because your health deserves more than just coverage. It deserves commitment. The health plan. Here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Attention all car buyers, it's deal time at the all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Come see the team at Cardinal Chevrolet and let us show you what a great deal really looks like. No games, no gimmicks, just great prices on all the Chevys you love. If you want to save $1 on your next car or truck, come see us at Cardinal Chevrolet. Silverados, Equinox, Blazers, all recently reduced and ready for immediate delivery. Our best deals, your best time to buy. The all-new Cardinal Chevrolet. Exit 34 of I-64 in Hurricane, West Virginia. Together, let's drive.
Glenville State has just been announced as the winner, and the final event was extremely tight. We'll get the official scores in a moment. I was just listening in. They were about a point apart from one another in the final scores, but Frostburg State falls in this one to Glenville State, a 254-ish. Here we go, 254 to 240. Your math's pretty good there, Christy. 254, 475 to 249, 420. As you can see, Frostburg narrowly edged Glenville by 1.1 in the team event. So congratulations there, but not enough to overcome it. And awfully similar to the first one, this one decided by basically 5 points, 5.055. Again, almost as close as it can get, but Glenville does get the win. And I'm double checking here for Frostburg. That is their highest score of the season. So again, you want to peak at this time of year. There's no shame in that for Glenville. They run a little short of their high score. And if you're Glenville, you'd ideally like to save that high score for tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's tomorrow evening. It's going to be a great meet. So if you can, try to make it. If you can't, tune in to us, and we won't disappoint. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I got good news for you. If you can't make it here, Christy and I will be guiding you along, mostly Christy. We'll be guiding you along tomorrow, noon for the individual championships, and then 6 o'clock tomorrow for the conference championship meet between Fairmont State and Glenville State. We do hope that you will join us one way or another. Thanks again, everybody,
and have a great evening.
We'll meet again tomorrow right here on the MEC Sports Network, MEC TV.